Coachella lineup has been revealed. Pretty underwhelming, I would say. Frank Ocean is set to perform on Sunday night, which I think is, for me, the most exciting. I don't know about you. He was supposed to perform a couple of years ago when COVID hit, and that was canceled. And I think that they've held on to Frank Ocean being able to perform for years to come. But other than that, nothing really stood out to me.
I'll be honest. As the years go by, like, music-wise is what pulls me into Coachella more, where I see the lineup and I'm like, oh shit, this would be awesome. Like, I want to go. It does not grab me. Now, the 3 headliners I think are awesome. I think it's different, which is fun. And I think that it brings in a whole, like, different audience, right? Like, Blackpink is headlining. They're awesome. Oh, my bad.
Get it together.
Bad Bunny is Friday night, which Bad Bunny's fantastic too. So, like, they good headliners. It's, for me, it's the, what's the proper term? Undercard? Like, where I'm like,
during the day,
I'm like, nothing, because normally I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the names underneath and I'm like, oh my God, like the second line where it's like Bad Bunny is the big font, and then the first line of all the ones in a row. There's always, I want to say 3 or 4 that I'm like, oh shit, yes. Like, I know I would have a conflict on what stage I want to go to because they're on at the same time, things like that. Every year I feel that way. I'm looking at these other names. I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
I agree with you there, because usually we do have the discussion each year. Do we want to try and go to Coachella?
Yeah.
And we talked about it last year, lined up with our tour. And so we thought that was too much. And the COVID year we were supposed to go. And so this conversation does come up every single year. And this year I figured it was going to come up again. Do we want to try to go to Coachella? If the lineup was revealed and it was something that really hit home to us, we would try and go.
Frank.
Will you go for Frank?
I mean, like, by myself?
Yeah.
I don't think I could get a ticket. Like,
you can buy them like any other normal person.
Like, it's probably gonna be very hard to get, right?
Well,
people buy tickets to Coachella.
You register.
I guess, but like, it's probably gonna be insanely expensive. Like, just think about everything going into Coachella. You have to get the ticket, get the flights, get a place to stay.
I know. I did it.
I've seen Frank multiple times now, and so I don't have like I need to see Frank.
I want to see him, but like, I also think Coachella, it's just gonna be insane. Like,
yeah, I'm just like, I don't think I've ever really listened to too much Frank Ocean.
I think you would like.
You would. Frank Ocean is beautiful.
No, he 100%. And I like it when I hear a song. It's just not something I've listened to a lot. Blackpink, I think they're awesome. Bad Bunny, I think is great. It's just like a lot of the names, I'm like, oh yeah, I like them, but it's not like, oh my God, yes.
Right. Like if Harry
amazing.
Styles, which he did last year.
Yeah.
But that we were like, oh my God, Harry Styles.
Like, there's names on here that I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, and of course, maybe it's just because it's a funkier mix.
People will go crazy for Bad Bunny.
There's not as much just straight up like mainstream pop, I would say, on this. Like, it feels more eclectic, which is fun. It's different. As far as like, I see Becky G on here, Rosalia's on here, Kid Laroi, Charlie XCX, Labyrinth. And then DJ wise, you got like Fisher, Chris Lake. Those are some big names. And then there's always, obviously, of course, a billion other DJs on here too. And as you get to the smaller and smaller font, to see more and more people. But it's just, I would say, like, fairly underwhelmed as a whole.
Right. And we've had
good headliners underwhelmed.
But even the headliners.
We've had the discussion before.
I get the idea of I get what they're doing for these headliners though. Like, these are international superstars. Mm-hmm. People will flock to Coachella for this. For Blackpink, Bad Bunny, their fan bases are humongous. So they will have a massive, massive turnout. Right. I just thought that there would be a little bit more of there would be a balance with like the names underneath of more, I would say, like, I don't know.
Mainstream artists?
Mainstream, I guess, is the right word for it. But
we've had the discussion
maybe they wanted
before,
to get away from that.
That Coachella has become less about the music and more about everything surrounding it. And I think there's a lot of pressure with Coachella, and maybe they're trying to get back to the music.
Yeah.
Maybe the mainstream crowd brings in,
Yeah.
everything
How
else.
many Bad Bunny
surrounding
songs
it.
could you name?
I wonder if my sister's going to want to go to this. All her fave DJs.
She tweeted that she was not a big fan except by Chris Lake. And
Chris Lake.
I actually saw Chris Lake with Gia and Fisher, I think.
Yeah. You know who's on here? Idris Elba.
Oh my
Really?
God.
He's DJing.
Idris Elba had that great DJ
He's
show
got
on
a
Netflix
DJ
that
set.
just never came back.
Yeah, he's got a DJ set on Friday.
Gia was not happy with it. She tweeted that she didn't like the lineup.
Yeah.
Besides a couple
Yeah.
of them.
Also, I will add that it does put at the bottom "Returning to the Desert" Calvin Harris, which is
She described it as an L lineup.
wow.
Wow, cold.
She has some hot takes.
Yeah, she does.
Kind of an L lineup besides Frank, obviously, and a few others.
Yeah. The they did this last year with Swedish
Power
House
Bad Bunny,
Mafia.
I'd
It was
not go
like
anymore.
Swedish House Mafia was just like at the bottom, and they did that with Calvin Harris, which I saw people saying like, "Oh, if Frank backs out, and so Calvin can just take that slot," but he would, be performing anyway, I suppose. Calvin,
I don't think Frank's gonna back out.
Calvin-
Dominic
great.
Fike from Euphoria, is he
Yeah.
playing?
yeah,
Because I saw he's trending on Twitter right now.
Calvin was Calvin Harris performed at the Georgetown gym on campus my freshman year for our spring concert.
What?
Is that insane?
Around that time, too? That's
Yeah.
insane.
2012,
That's like, really,
2013.
that's when he was like popping off, I think, right?
It was unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable. I don't think, what sucks is when you lose a lot of your old like computers and stuff. Like I had so much good shit on my old computer and then it just broke.
What's your? I think
And I
probably
just don't have any of it anymore. But it was just literally in the gym on campus.
we've probably talked about this, but I was gonna say, what's your favorite concert you've ever been to?
We did talk
You
about
asked
this
us about
very
this recently.
Really? Jesus.
Harry Styles, One Night Only.
Yeah,
That's up there.
with
yeah.
Stevie
Yeah, we
Nicks.
have talked about it.
Yes, now there's that.
And
Does
then
that jumpstart
and
your
then
memory?
Fran did not name one concert that we were at together. Remember? I was like, that's fucked up.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the Jonas Brothers show.
I was bringing up other Jonas
The
Brothers
Jonas Brothers show, the first
Oh,
night
yeah,
they
it
were
was after
back,
the
where with
Vegas
no phones were
Yeah,
allowed.
no,
It was
that
at the
was
box.
insane.
It was so intimate.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, that wasn't
But,
one of
but
your
it was
favorite
because
ones.
you were there.
I know. It's okay.
No, that's up there for my top Jonas Brothers shows, as is Penn State.
Penn State was cool.
But
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturday of the Vegas weekend is also up there as well. So yeah, funky Coachella week, Coachella lineup. I think people were expecting Frank. I did see a lot of rumors about Blackpink in the last few days, and Bad Bunny, kind of also one of those ones where you see it and you're like, checks out.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's
People
so
go
people
crazy
go
for
nuts.
that.
Exactly. Not necessarily for us, but
Not groundbreaking.
for others.